think I'm Adrian, and today we have with us our very special guests,
Jennifer Saul
and Liz Hartig.
Hello, Jennifer and Liz. What brings you to the podcast today?
We're the co-chairs of One Book, One Community, and we want to tell you about our month of programs in March.
We're so excited to present all these programs that have been planned by the One Book, One Community Committee. And we have a lot in store for you. And the book we are reading is The Art Thief by Michael Finkel.
Now, last year was Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Correct.
I know we talked about this last year when we had in the podcast, but for anyone new listening, can you explain how that book is chosen every year?
So over the summer, the committee meets and we all nominate a group of books, and then everyone has to read every book that was nominated, and we just slowly go through and rank them, cut the ones we think won't work until we get down to one. So I think last year we had like 40 contenders that we read over the summer.
And we slowly cut them back. We have some criteria, and usually we want a book that's like widely discussable, has a lot of different themes, and we want to have a lot of different events already planned. So if we pick up a book and we're like, oh yeah, we could do these, 30 different events, we know it's a good one. And then at some point we check and see if the author's willing to come, and we make sure it's available on ebook, audiobook, so that it can be accessible to everyone. So we do have some criteria, and also some instances where it might not work, where the author might not want to come, or it's not available in ebook, or
We also try to make sure it's not too similar to a book from the previous years. So like last year we did something with a octopus who could, basically talk, whereas this year we're deep in nonfiction. So a very different vibe.
And we try to bounce around to different genres.
Is there a time limit? Could we pick a book from the 1800s?
There is no time limit.
I don't think the author would be able to come.
Right.
But yes.
We discussed that. So we discussed that during our selection. Like, is there a year where we might not have a lot of funds and we want to do a book where we can't bring the author because that's our main expense? We did start out with the classics for the Big Read. The first few years was part of a national program called the Big Read. And we do consider that as we're going. So but it could be an option.
I assume you have an author in mind, Tara?
I just think it should be Anne of Green Gables.
Oh, I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
I'm reading it for the first time, so it's in my
Oh,
head
it's
right now.
so good.
You've never read Anne before? Oh, Tara.
Hey, I'm reading it right now. I'm getting through it.
You have to do the whole series, not
Yes.
just Anne of Green Gables.
And The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery is so good. So that was like her novel for adults. And so it was really good too.
Also, you need to do the whole Emily of New Moon series afterwards.
I don't know what that is.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay.
So, the books, are they nominated by people in the community or just by people on the committee?
It's people in the committee nominate because we are the ones selecting. So we will take your suggestions and we will consider them.
Yes, we had a few suggestions last year on our Facebook page. Also, the PR person we work with to get our authors will send us a list of authors they think would work for us and they know are willing to travel that year. So we have some starting grounds.
We also check out a lot of lists for community reads and see what other places are reading and consider those.
Would you consider One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish?
We always have a companion read, so maybe we will find a great book about fish or about the ocean, and that could be our companion read for story time.
So what is the companion book for this story?
So we have as our picture book, Ish, and as our chapter book, From the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Well, the first one's so short that it makes up for it. It balances out.
I feel like that one was your choice because I remember how much you loved that book.
It is very much my choice. I've always wanted to be locked in a museum at night.
That'd be kind of fun. I was locked in a zoo for like a Girl Scouts overnight thing. That was fun. Museum would be cool.
And we do have an event, Knife at the Museum, which is a murder mystery type event.
Yep, and it's on Saturday, March 28th, and that's at the Monroe Historical Museum downtown.
Oh, cool. I love a good escape room. That is always fun.
Well, I think it's actually like a murder mystery where you have to figure out there's like going to be like a play happening.
Yes, so you find a dead body and you've got to figure out what's going on, I think.
Nice.
Whereas we do have an actual escape room that will be happening at the Bedford Branch Library, and you will be escaping a museum. And that one is on Saturday, March 21st. You do have to register for a time slot, though, because it runs every hour on the hour. So please make sure you register early so you can make sure you get the slot you want. You can have up to 8 people per group.
So there are a lot of events that are coming up with this. Which one are you both most excited about? I know that's-
Obviously, the night with
Yes.
the author,
Yes, 100%.
which is Wednesday, March 25th. That's at the college in the Lazy Boy Center. It is a free event to the community. We do encourage you to come a little bit early because we're going to have booths this year where there'll be people selling things. We are partnering with the Wandering Librarian to sell copies of his books.
Oh, cool.
So you can buy one that night and get it signed. She's also taking pre-orders. You can find that on our Facebook page or on our website. But because he interviewed the subject of this book for so long, Michael Finkel is a journalist, I'm very excited to ask him some questions as to what that interview experience was like.
It's going to be really fun. We're going to have booths from 6 to 7, and then the talk will start at 7, and then 8 to 9 while you're in line to get your book signed. There'll be booths of different community organizations, so it'll be really fun. Really
And
fun.
raffle tickets for sale. If you want to join the raffle, bring some money.
And very exciting blind date with a book. We're going to have many of those
Oh, that's always
for sale. Yeah, we had a really fun wrapping party to wrap those up.
I would say another event that we're pretty excited about is the building community through book clubs. Liz, do you want to talk about that
Yes, definitely. So Sarah Daly created a discussion card game for book clubs, and it's sold in bookstores across the country. And so she's going to come and have a panel discussion and sort of like a interactive workshop for book clubs or people interested in starting a book club or being a part of a book club about how to have engaging conversations. And we're going to play with the cards and ask questions about the art thief. And so these are discussion cards that could be, you know, really deep about the characters, or it could be like describe the book in emojis and, you know, make a scent about your favorite part of the book. Or also deep, meaningful, you know, cards that are like, you know, what do you relate to? How would you discuss this with your family members? So that'll be a fun event in the atrium, and that is St. Patrick's Day, March 17th at 7 p.m. in the Lazy Boy Atrium at Monroe County Community College.
I would say a few other things I'm excited about is we have a couple things that are going on like all month long that aren't just one-time events.
Mhm.
So we are doing a coloring contest.
Yeah.
I love getting the coloring contest submissions and seeing how different they all are. So please stop by your local library anytime during the month of March and get a coloring sheet and then turn it back into the library, and they will be judged and winners will be announced in April.
Is there an age limit?
No, it is all ages. So usually I do prizes for children, teens, and adults. And so there'll be 3 different winners.
What I like about this year's is that it's an actual painting, so I'm curious to see how people go about doing this in their own way.
Yeah, I love the unique aspect of everyone's
Yes.
interpreting it.
And I am
differently.
hoping people do it differently than what the original painting looks like. I want to see creativity. Bring out the glitter markers or something.
Yeah, because if everyone does it the exact same way, it's going to make it very hard to judge.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We also have a scavenger hunt of Monroe County art. So it's art around all of Monroe County, whether that's statues or murals or art installations in public buildings. And so you can pick those up at any of the branches or at Monroe County Community College. And it's a sheet where you can check off all the different art around Monroe County.
Nice.
An event we have coming up next week that I'm pretty excited about is we are showing a movie at the Bedford Library Friday, March 6th at 1 p.m. It's the Thomas Crown Affair. So the subject of the art thief, who is an art thief, obviously, and has done a lot of stealing, has said this is his favorite art heist movie, which is why we're showing it.
Oh.
So you can see where he got some of his inspiration from.
What's the movie again?
The Thomas Crown Affair.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one.
Never seen the Thomas Crown Affair.
You know
either?
what? When it comes to my book and movie selections, I just disappoint you. I'm so sorry.
It's Pierce Brosnan just coming off of James Bond fame.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's a really good movie.
Yeah. All right, it's on the list. I'll watch
Okay.
it.
We also have a makerspace workshop at the Monroe County Community College Makerspace. We're going to be laser cutting bookmarks and
Ooh.
magnets, and they're going to be picture frames that you can paint, and you can either put in the picture frame famous art or your own art or picture, and it'll be a little magnet, so it'll be laser cut out of wood, and you can paint it. And that's Tuesday, March 10th at 1 p.m. in the Monroe County Community College Makerspace.
Can you tell us a little bit about the makerspace? Is that something people can utilize more than at this event?
Yes, definitely. So it has laser cutters, it has 3D printers, it has CAD machines. It's used in a lot of the technology classes, but also I think people from the public can come in and utilize all of the different machinery.
That's so neat.
And it's in the technology building, and it's room T160.
Cool. Because we got some fun stuff in our makerspace, but we don't have a laser cutter yet.
Yes, it's very cool.
Can we put that on the wish list? Maybe.
I would probably lose a finger for sure.
You've got 10. You're fine.
It's enclosed.
I would say while we have a lot of fun and unique things, we also have a really good kind of lecture series where we have a bunch of more academic discussions coming up. So we have art behind the scenes where someone tells us about how art is brought to the museum and put on display. We have a lecture on art theft. We have a lecture on this type of art that was stolen by the thief in the book. So we have also a lot of good lecture events. And you can find all of these events listed on our website, One Book, One Community of Monroe, or there's a calendar of events available at all of the library branches.
Can you repeat that website one more time?
If you just Google One Book, One Community of Monroe, Michigan, it will come up. You should also follow us on our Facebook page because we post all of our events there.
This is such a fun thing that we do as a community, and I love it. How long has this been going on?
Well, this is our 20th year. It's very
Nice.
exciting. So we started off as the Big Read, and this is our 20th book. So really excited to have our 20th year. All of our publications have our 20th year logo on it, and it's really a long-standing program. So it's really exciting that we have been doing this for 20 years.
Well, out of the 20 years, what has been your favorite book?
Ooh.
See, that's so hard to
know.
choose.
Yeah.
Especially because we're on the committee that picks them, so obviously
Yeah, we like
the
all
books
of
that get
the books.
chosen, or they wouldn't be there.
Yes.
I did really love last year's Remarkably Bright Creatures. I actually had that one on the committee for 2 years. I was pushing to get because I loved it the second I read it. And if anyone read it and loved it, P.S. the movie's going to be out on Netflix in May, so you should read it before
Yes.
you watch it.
Nice.
But I really loved this year's book too. Like, this was another book I instantly gravitated to because it didn't feel like anything I'd ever read before. And because it's one of the few nonfiction books I've read that focuses on someone still living. Because he did most of his thefts the 90s through the early 2000s. So this guy is only in like his 50s right now. And he is the most prolific art thief in history.
Yeah, and this year's book really makes you think of like, how did he get away with this? How what would I have done? What would, you really put yourself in like the shoes of the people around him too, like his mom, his girlfriend. Like, what would you have done if this was all happening? It really led you to ask questions.
So here's a question.
Uh-oh.
Getting into the art thief's head. If you could steal one piece of art to hang in your living room, which piece of art is going up in your living room? Little boss, Liz.
The Kiss by Klimt.
Oh, and that's why you picked it for the coloring contest.
That's not what the coloring contest is. It's a scream.
Oh yeah, it is a scream. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, I love Kiss by Klimt. Probably a Van Gogh.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Those are just so happy.
But obviously we wouldn't steal it because we're
Yes.
good people.
And we believe art should be for the public.
And we both have way too much anxiety for that.
Yes. Oh
The
no.
whole time I was
No,
reading
no.
this book, like there are multiple times he is stopped by the police or someone and interacts with them while he has like stolen art down his pants.
Yes.
And he is completely calm. And I would have lost my mind and been crying and probably just handed it back crying.
In the physical book, there's also pictures of what he stole, and he stole this, I don't know if it was silver, but a metal ship, a small replica of a metal ship that's beautifully ornate, but how do you move with this metal ship clanging around and escape with it under your coat? Like, this does not make any sense to me.
No, and one time he got stopped, he had panels in his trench coat, and they were like tucked up in his armpits, and he was trying to walk like that and not move and drop them.
He did this all
I
in
have
broad
no
daylight when the
idea.
museum's open. Like, what? How would you? How would you?
How
do
do you
that?
have the audacity?
Yes.
Do you know which one you would steal, Adrian?
I do. But first, what's yours?
Mine is actually one we have here at the library. And the sad thing is I don't know the name or who painted it, but it was one of our picks from last year's art shows.
Okay.
And it's the one that looks like it could be like the cover of a children's book. It's got a little girl in a red coat, and then it's got all these beautiful white birch trees behind it.
And is that one you can check out?
It is.
So you can check it out. You don't have to steal
I know.
it.
You can borrow it for like 3 months, put it in your living room.
I know you don't
well,
have to steal
Tara
it.
can't check it out anymore because she's leaving the state in a couple days.
Yeah,
I could check it out for a couple days.
Yeah.
This will be her final podcast.
Aw,
So
wah,
leave a
wah.
comment down below letting us know your favorite Tara moments.
Let us know how excited you are that I'm not going to be on the podcast anymore.
So if I could steal one piece of art to put in my living room, I'm taking David.
You couldn't fit that under your coat though while you're walking
So,
out.
do you have really high ceilings in your living room? Because
Nope.
that's a very large statue.
But they
Also,
they
I have
the
met your
minis.
children, and I feel like that could end badly.
Listen, we're probably going to just prop it in the front yard. Just say it's a replica. It'll be fine.
Make it into a fountain.
I mean, no one's really going to come to Michigan to verify that unless you get caught. So
It would be very hard to smuggle out of the country, though. Like, you can't just put that in your checked luggage.
The challenge is what makes it fun.
please do not chop it into little sections. Art critics will cry everywhere.
What's that under your arm? David's arm?
If you haven't read the book yet, you should, because there is a point where art critics will definitely cry.
Yes.
Will they?
Yes.
So did he just have the art in his house?
Yes.
So he wasn't selling it. He just
No, he
wanted a
kept
pretty
it for
house.
himself. And in his room,
Yeah, let's be clear. It was not his house. He lived with his mother as
Yes.
a grown adult
his attic bedroom.
in his attic bedroom and stole $2 billion worth of art to hoard in an attic bedroom.
Mhm.
Seems like such a waste.
Yes.
It saves on decorating costs.
I think
Until you go to jail and have to pay for a lawyer, and then it costs substantially more.
Well,
I feel like that's just somebody who wanted to steal. I feel like he wouldn't even care for the artwork at that point.
So in the book, it does mention his prior stealing, like, little things from convenience stores and stuff. So this is not a completely out of character change for him. He does have real art appreciation and is very knowledgeable about art. He's very smart about it. And very smart about his stealing, or he wouldn't have gotten away with it for so many years.
Question, can we have him come to the talk too?
So I don't think he's allowed in the country because he's a convicted felon.
Yes.
Also, I don't think he speaks English. He's French. And all of the
Could make
interview
one
for
thing.
this book was done in French because Michael Finkel also speaks French. So I feel like those two things would be a problem.
Yeah, it'd make it a little challenging.
but he's not in jail, right?
He's under house arrest currently, I believe.
We can make it work.
We could Zoom.
we
They got a
did
projector.
discuss that in our ideas. Could we make that happen?
Is he? I thought he's not a nice person, right? I don't know if he would.
No,
Get on
I
board
don't
with
think
that.
he's also very reluctant about interviews
Yeah.
and not fond of press. Interestingly, so the book ends a couple of years ago, obviously, because he had to have time to write it, when he was facing his most recent set of convictions. If you read up on that afterwards, when he went to face trial for those most recent crimes, he did attack 2 reporters in the parking lot, like 2 women spitting on them and lunging at them. So I don't think he's particularly receptive to any sort of critiques on his life choices.
But he knew that this journalist was going to write a book, right? And he was okay with that.
That's a good question to ask the author when you come.
Someone asked for me.
Yes, we're gonna. You can ask questions of the author when you come to our main event, and we will ask them. That's one of the ones we want to ask.
Yes. So we will pass out little note cards during the main event, and then we will double check them and then read them over to the
Yes.
author during the event. But that would be a great question to ask. I do believe it took Michael Finkel a while to score this interview.
Yes.
He's also the only American journalist the thief has ever talked to.
And do you know how long you said he interviewed him for 1 year?
I think it was like over a year. Or it was
I
over
think it
a
was
time
a
period.
long
maybe
time
a couple of
period.
years.
Yeah, I think they emailed back and forth for years, and then
he finally let him come meet with him and talk to him.
person.
So it was a long buildup of the relationship before he would really sit down with him.
There's a really fun anecdote in the book about one of the interviews. It's in the author's hotel room, and he has his laptop, and he's got his notes, and he's interviewing the guy, and he said, "Well, how did you do it?" And he goes, "Well, where's your laptop?" And the thief had his laptop in the back of his shirt.
Yeah.
He didn't even
notice.
Oh
and the
my
time he
goodness.
looked down to take notes, he had slipped his laptop off the table, shoved it up his shirt, and did not make enough motion for anyone to notice.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a skill.
Yes.
Maybe not a skill we should all have, but
No.
it is a skill.
Yes.
One you want to have but never need to use.
Yes.
Taking notes for a career change.
I'm really excited to read this book. I love biographies.
Well,
and it seems very
the best
entertaining.
part is you can read it right now because if you have the Libby app, you can check out the ebook or the audiobook for free with no wait for the entire month of March and right now in February and even through April, I believe. So
Cool.
if you want to read it, go ahead and grab it right now. There's nothing stopping you, no wait times.
Yes.
That's awesome. So that's something just for our library patrons, or
Yes, it is just for the Monroe County Library patrons.
Very neat.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Last question. I think you have the opportunity to talk to the author. What's the one question you're going to ask him? Because I'm assuming you guys are ready for that.
I feel like I have quite a few
I
questions.
have a lot of questions.
Got to pick the most important.
I would say, what do you think is psychologically wrong with him?
It's like a
Very good question. And what questions, how did you frame your questions to the thief to get him to tell you all of those details? I would love to hear, actually, what were the questions and how were they framed to make sure that the thief's guard was down enough to share?
That's true, because depending on who you're talking to and interviewing, you really got to switch up how you go about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Do you have a question you'd ask Adrian?
Where's the money?
Oh, well, they said they didn't sell it. Oh, one last question. Did the art get back to where it belonged?
So,
Or is that a spoiler?
I would say that's a spoiler.
Okay, read the book,
You're going to
guys.
need to read the book.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
We're coming up on time. We should probably talk about what's going on at your local library. Do you want to get us started?
Sure. Coming up at, I should look this out of time. Coming up at the Dorsch Memorial Branch Library is part of our blues series. Sherry Williams will be performing, and she's an international blues and gospel singer. She presents a unique style she calls rockin' gospel blues. So this will be on Tuesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. There's no registration required, so just come on out and listen to some great music. The Dorsch Memorial Branch Library.
At the Bedford Branch Library, there'll be Family Trivia Night, Tuesday, March 24th at 6 p.m. You can come and celebrate Reading Month by testing your knowledge of popular children's books, winning prizes, and enjoying some snacks. This is fun for the whole family.
So pause real quick. I made 2 piles because I didn't realize they were bringing the calendar thing, so I had a pile of art stuff and a pile of regulars. So that's why there's so many. Okay.
And then at the Blue Bush Library, they do Friday movie nights, which are interactive movies. On February 20th, they're going to show Gabby's Dollhouse, and on March 13th, they'll be doing Zootopia 2.
The Bedford Branch Library is pleased to present Art Behind the Scenes coming March 7th, 2026 from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Learn about the logistics of art shows and the magic going on behind the scenes at museums. Denise Tepe, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, project manager at Atelier 4 LLC, explains the pivotal role that logistics play in making museum shows possible. Register online.
Coming up at the Bedford and Petersburg Branch Library is the K-Pop Club. Come hang out with other K-Pop fans. They always have a good old time. They do a whole bunch of stuff. It's for ages 15 and up. The Petersburg Branch Library, the next event is on April 16th, and Bedford Branch is going to be March 20th.
It's always golden, but you got to come ready for a takedown.
I don't know what that means.
At the Bedford Branch Library, there will be art theft and cultural repatriation Wednesday, March 18th at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about art theft and cultural repatriation and restitution with a presentation on definitions, examples, and complexities of such subjects. Ann Brown is an archivist, art historian, independent researcher, and library advocate. And Brown will be discussing all of these topics and their research.
Coming up on Saturday, March 14th, 2026 at the Bedford Branch Library, we're pleased to present Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? This will be going from 1:30 to 3 p.m. Carmen Sandiego has been found stealing art around the world, and we need your help to locate her. Register online.
That'll be a fun one.
Yeah. And last but not least, the Bedford Branch Library is also pleased to present, coming on March 16th, from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., Quizzical Trivia Night. Teams of up to 5 persons are invited to compete in a free multi-round trivia competition. Registration is provided. This is brought to you by the Friends of the Bedford Library. Register online.
Where?
Online. If you happen to be watching on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the ring bell for notifications. Leave a comment down below letting us know your favorite one book, one community read.
If you are listening on Spotify, please like this episode and please like our podcast on a whole. It'll help us with that algorithm thingy-majigger.
And also, leave a comment down below telling us how much you're going to miss Tara, who will not be back.
Sorry, guys. Goodbye forever.
Bye, Tara.
And this has been In the Library with
Tara!
I'm Hensford and our special guests,
Liz.
And Jen.
Yay.
Bye.